Here I welcome all the experts from IPA, that is Indian Plumbing Association. And we have here with us today Mr. Rajesh Dabuwala sir, Mr. Nimish Mehta sir, Mr. Setu Shah sir, Mr. Anil Soradia sir, and Mr. Jabir Chokshi sir, and every one of them is associated with the Indian Plumbing Association. And today's expert talk has been sponsored by the IBA, Indian Plumbing Association. So I welcome you all, sir. So I would request all of you, sir, to have your seat.
Sir, please. We are enjoying our college days. Lots of the last practice.
We are also laughing.
These are all most of alumni of the SVNIT, so they like benches.
Now I would like to call upon Dr. Dilip Patel sir to say a few words about Chief Guest and inaugurate the third day workshop.
Good afternoon, and I think we are near to the evenings also. Good evening, and I am very happy to see our very senior learned senior citizens of Surat, Surat and its regions, and our great alumni of the SVNIT, all these dignitaries. So Misa will introduce again them. So sir, this is our 5 days workshop, and its title is Practice to Research and Research to Practice in Construction Technology. So what I have just mentioned, we have started this new program. The industry demands as a need. Even our new batch will come out recently. This is our first batch. And I am happy, even though there was the COVID-19, but we could organize many events, online and even some offline also. Recently, we have the MOU with the L&T, Safety Nation Schools, etc. And our students also got the training in the metro, bullet trains, various projects also last years. And now placement is going on. Out of 25 students, 5 are already placed in the Dhingra and some federal banks, etc. And some processes. So we have started slow, but our progress is sure, and we are happy. And during that, my what you can say, limited experience, I have not much experience, but I realized that this program is required industrial interactions, okay, professionalism, etc. Because other specializations of the transportation, they are depends on the designing and analysis. While this construction and technology management, it is the focus on the practices at the ground level, etc. So that's why we have started this workshop to make the interactions with the professional and practitioners, those who are associated with the industry. So last time we have started, this is the series, Practice to Research. So what you are doing the practices, and suppose in the industry, if there is a issue, challenges, problem, so our students can identify it, they can address through their seminars or their dissertation topics, and they can develop their interest. So they can get the vision. Okay, so how can they build up their future? So this is the practice to research and research to practice. And once they do something, they will share with you. So that can be helped to some extent. Okay, what they are preparing the report, what they are preparing the models, etc. So they may compare with the international practices also. They may publish their papers in journals, international papers, and after the validations, they can submit to our industry. So that's why it is the interactions type of that is the main motto of this workshop. So eventually, this is our second 2022, and we hope it will be continuing every year. And now our second semester over. So in this summer, most of the students will go for the summer training for 2 months, and then they will choose the dissertations. And that's why I have selected this time. Before they going for the summer training, so they make the various practitioners, they understand, okay, and they explore their interests, okay, and then they will be able to raise the more questions and curiosity that during the rest of the time. So every day in this 5 days workshop, every day we have the different theme. So like on the Monday we have the waste management. So we have invited the construction demolitions waste that plant processing by SGPPL. So that I invited that owner of that Mr. Kanuj Bhai. Then waste management plant, they are also our alumni, Nisir Bhai and etc. Kedar Bhai. So they have also presented. Second day we have the theme of the transportation infrastructures. So one Mr. Assistant Manager, Mr. Anuj Kumar Singh, he delivered the lectures. He presented everything about the bullet train projects, all the issues, challenges, etc. Then another lectures was on the dedicated freight corridor. So that is one. So one general manager, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, he has come and delivered the lectures. One Kashyap Bhai Desai, he is our alumni. He is now associated with our group. So actually our real estate management team is the tomorrow, but I invited because of his time. So he also delivered his area experience because he provided the project management consultancy in the Surat communities. So he presented that case study and he explained which are the issues, challenges as a project management consultant. So and today this our third day. It is our plumbing and sanitation section. Even though I have already discussed with some planning aspects while teaching, but you have the lot of experience. So already as our discussed, so students are also very eager to know about what the practice is going on and what is its futures. On the fourth day tomorrow we have the real estate management and then safety management on the Friday. So in the Friday we are expecting the Mr. Nails Rees who is the safety directors of the bullet train projects. He is a UK man. He served the UK military for 30 years. Then he joined the safety professional. He is agreed to come here to deliver the lectures. So Mr. Naizil will come. Mr. Savan Nibokar may come from the bullet train. From the metro, Mr. Murugan may come. So 3-4 expert. We are expecting 3-4 expert will be coming. Tomorrow real estate management. So from the Rajan School, Mr. Chandes Makhiza, he will come over. And one Mr. Nilesh Bhai is from HDFC Bank. He is coming and he will share about how to get the money for the real estate projects. Okay, what is the financing? How to do the financing? So I have also invited them from the bankings also, that MBA courses. And हम तो मेघानी साहब आवाना था जे एडवोकेट्स but vacations करवानो છે ને. So before the vacations he had some court cases on the board. So बोला कि I am sorry, next time we will see. So that we have attempted to bring all this, and here no any lecturers or faculty will teach in this course. Only the practitioner, they will come and they will share the experience. We are also learning. Okay, so this is our objectives of the yes. So this is my novel approach. You let me, and it is not restricted to only the SVNIT students. It is very open. Even some students are from the Government Engineering College Valsad and from Bardoli also. Even some colleges they were interested, but they may have some academic calendars, but there may be the issue. And we have decided let us go for 40 to 50 students. Even earlier, I would not decided to give the certificate, but Rajesh sir has suggested me at least you should distribute the certificate. That's why I have registered and I have made some formalities also. Otherwise, I believe in that I have the knowledge, not formalities.
Yes. Help seeing their curriculum.
Yeah. They have spent time
in this particular system, so that always helps to the students.
Yes. So once again, sir, I behalf of our sections, department, SVNIT, I welcome you. Okay, and now I hand over the sessions to the Vishal students. I will get please.
Thank you so much, Dilip sir, for addressing us. So for today's session, we have 3 experts with us. Mr. Rajesh Dabuwala sir, Mr. Nimish Mehta sir, Mr. Setu Shah sir, along with 2 guests, Mr. Anil Sodatia sir, who is a retired Deputy Executive Engineer of SMC, and Mr. Jabir Chowsi sir, who is the Secretary of IPEA Surat, and the past President of Institute of Civil Engineers and Architects Surat, and Institute of Civil Engineers Surat. So for the first session, we have Mr. Rajesh Dabuwala sir, who is currently the chairman of the Indian Plumbing Association of Surat chapter. And sir has practiced as a reputed civil contractor, especially in the projects which needed speed, time, and quality as the crucial parameters. Sir is also giving service as a visiting faculty in the architectural department of the Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology since 2000. And at present, Sir is working as a trader of innovative materials in plumbing and sanitation like composite pipe, FRP manhole, and other products, rainwater harvesting, and many more advanced products related to plumbing and drainage. So, with this, I would like to call upon Mr. Rajesh, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to clear that we are not experts, we are practitioners. Experts are you, sir. You are experts, otherwise, we are just practicing. And I'm here to share what we are practicing in the field. So, I have tried that my presentation will say the challenges as the topic. I very much like your topic, sir, that practice to research, because many times what happens, what we are researching, it is never coming in practice for use. So that research is just in the book and it will provide some recognition or degree, that's all. And meanwhile in practice, there are a lot of scope of research, but nobody is interested as because they are not aware of that subject or aware of the project. So sir, I really appreciate from my bottom of my heart that you are doing really a fantastic job this. And students, you are lucky that the sir has got this kind of idea. In our time, we were just learning passively. We have passed out, but believe me, when I am on the site first day, I couldn't know anything when I couldn't read the proper drawing. I am also a graduate of this college itself in 1984, right? So what I want to say in nutshell, that when we are having scope or practice or the eye on the what is happening in the field, then it will help you a lot of things. So today I am giving my presentation on the innovative products. As such, this is not innovative, but I am a marketing man. So to attract your attention, I have put this word innovative. But actually, this is the things which are badly needed in drainage. But what we are considering, drainage is just drainage. Why should we worry about the drainage? Gandhi cheez hai. We should not take care about it. No, it is the most important thing. So that's why I want to try to draw your attention that what are the things and how do we can tackle that things. Okay, so I am starting my presentation with this. First of all, let me tell something about this, our IPA. IPA is Indian Plumbing Association, is the apex body of plumbing professionals in India. Now this is something badly required because I have seen, visiting, as she has told, I am visiting faculty in architecture too. But when I am meeting in the practicing architects, engineers, consultants, they are ignoring the subject plumbing. When they are doing planning, they have got every file for interior, for lift, for decoration, for elevation, for structural design, but they don't have file for the plumbing because it will be done automatically. How it will be done automatically? It is also a very deep science, a very valuable science, but it is being ignored since so many years. So that's why that is a motto that Indian Plumbing Association has started this activity. It is established in 1993 and it has got 23 chapters all over the India. IPA is non-profiting organization. Please remember this. It is a non-profiting organization. We are not interested to make money from this. We have got more than 4,500 members and which are from different sector of the buildings. For example, it is from consultancy, manufacturing, contracting, trading, academia and architecture. Our Dilip sir is also a member of IPA. So he is from academia. So anybody can become the member of this. IPA membership is open to everyone and get directly or indirectly with the construction industry. Because we want to spread our information and knowledge regarding the plumbing. What is the mission? Mission is redefining plumbing standards in India. Because before IPA exists, there was no code, no standards established for the plumbing. We are just copying from something else. So there is no standard, books were there, no standards were there. So we have derived this. striving for an overall improvement of the plumbing professions in India at par with international standards. Plumbing was shameful job. Plumber ko aaj bhi, we are not considering so good white collar job. But in foreign, if you will go, the highest, costliest person is the plumber. Then everybody will come. His, as well as his cost is like doctor. So plumber is so important. In foreign country, you will see per hour dollar charge is very high, very enormous. So this way, we want to do this, the plumbing professions in India with international standards and active participation with the global body in the plumbing professions. So we have got so many MOU with the foreign plumbing associations. So it has got recognitions for Indian plumbing too. Then what we have published? We have published the water efficiency and sanitation standards. Then water efficient products. We have published one code which shows and guide you the water efficient products. So by installing that, you can directly save the water. The more detail, then Mr. Nimish will share with you because today his topic is that only. But we have published that guide also. And Uniform Illustrated Plumbing Code. Now this is the main book. It has got more than 6,000 pages. And it is the like IS code of design or IS code of transport or IS code of many more things are there. The same, this illustrated plumbing code is showing you the each and every detail of the plumbing. And you can solve or you can resolve any query regarding the plumbing and drainage from this code. Then Uniform Solar Energy Code also we have made, and then Uniform Swimming Pool code also we have made, which was existing before the IPA was formed. Now, so this is all about IPA. So now in last, after completing my this presentation, I will tell you about the student chapter activity also. If I am interested, that I will start student chapter over here. So you will get all the experts meeting, lectures and knowledge all over India. Now, innovative products for drainage. I will narrate just 6 products today. The one is backflow preventer, or we can say SWR NRV. NRV is non-return valve. Second is air admittance valves. Third is carbon filter. 4 is FRP products. There are so many FRP products. And grease separator, 5th. And last but not least is inline fan. Is artificial ventilation. So before go to my topic, I would like to say one joke. Because what practical has got important. So that is this joke will say. There is one young married couple. They have got their first marriage anniversary. Naturally, it is said that the path of heart is going through the stomach, right? So if you are happy by the stomach, then you will be happy by the heart. So naturally, she thought that today I will give one good recipe to my husband, surprise, and he will be happy and we will celebrate our second. So she took one book of Tarla Dala, the bestseller of the recipe. She selected one good recipe from it, and it was the best recipe. It has got many awards with that recipe. So she has collected all ingredients, and she has to, on that day she was on holiday. Her husband is on job. So she has prepared from the noon. So she has taken that, because today the science students and IT students, so they have got their all weighing scale and everything. So she has started, take this much oil. So she has waited and put that oil. Now stir this for 5 minutes. She has stirred up exactly with a stopwatch. There is no mistake. Then she has done everything according to the recipe, and very accurately she has prepared that menu. Now her husband escaped and he asked, what is the surprise today? Let's go to hotel. No, today we'll eat at home. I will give you a surprise. So she put all her recipe on the table, and as she started eating, her husband has just taken one spoon. Just taste me and tell me. He has just taken one spoon and, or what is this? She was just, so she is embarrassed. And as ladies embarrassing, the Ganga Jamuna will start. So yes, now he embarrassed. Oh, sorry dear, darling, you have made very good. But let me tell how you have made this. It is good, but I can't swallow this. So can you tell me what you have done? So she had narrated everything, but he was a practical man. So he asked, have you ignited the stove? Oh, that was not written in that book. So the ignite stove was not written generally. So this is a practical problem. So many times we are doing the things, but practically we are not doing. So it will create a havoc like that. Okay. So first is backflow preventer. Now where it is required, I will just first give you the explanation. What happens generally? Generally, our WCs are many times lower than the road level, right? And what happens? Due to rainy flood, that backwater flow is very often. As soon as the heavy rain is there was flooding was on the road. Our toilet level or bathroom level is low from that ground. So naturally, but to maintain that level of water, it will come down to our bathrooms or toilets. First problem. Second, and it often happens in general low-lying area. In one monsoon, it happens 5 to 6 times. Right? Now, next problem. Suppose you are having a farmhouse or a remote house or your NRI house. So generally, it was not being used for more than 6 months or like that. Only 2 months or 3 months in a year, it is going to be used. So what happens? There, your water seal will get dry away. Naturally, it is not used, it is not added. So your water seal of groundwater toilet will run away. Now what happens? By drainage line is connected from the outside drainage. So from outside drainage, frog, snake, or any insects may come to your toilet. So when you go to the toilet, when you are going to the bathroom, and if bathroom door is open, they may have your full house for their residence. So when you come and go there, it is very hazardous and it is very dangerous too. So that is also one kind of problem. So to avoid all such problems, this is a very small thing is there, which is called NRV. This is a drainage, underground drainage designed to shoot. These are the outlets generally, 110 mm, 160 mm, 200 mm. So you can directly connect this at the end of your drainage system. Where your drainage system is ending. At the end you have to make one chamber and you have to put this non-return wall. It has got facility also. If it is get chopped up due to some any reason, you can open the 4 nuts from the top and you can clean that also. So it is very useful and practical things. Now you can see the actual photographs. See, these are the photographs. You can see this is the door. This is the door. This is open. So it has got only entry to one way. Okay. And when it is not in use, there is some plug also. You can close down. So the door will remain permanently closed. So that there will not be any problem. And luckily, the frog is not knowing now how to open the door and enter. Alright? Now the next generation may learn this, then we will think about it, what to do. But today at least we are safe that they are not entering from this. So this is a very good installation. So without doing any effort, any energy, you can save your WC bath or low-lying toilets or the drainage points from the backflow of the water from the outside. So this is the very important and very simple product. Yes, we can use this. Okay. Now, any question regarding, because there are so many products. So we'll start go by one these questions. And ask me any questions, don't shy. No problem. If you got yes.
So you mentioned the sizes of NRV 110. So, but then even in kitchen and dry balconies, I think I've seen NRVs which are 75 mm.
Good questions. But what I have said, what is the place of this NRV? Where we have to place this? At the end of our drainage line. So your end of drainage line never it will be less than 1110. Okay, the final line is never be less than 1110. So all your connections, yes, all your connections connect to the outer line, and then outer line there is a sewer trap we are putting. I will explain you sewer trap because this one product is for that only. So that sewer trap, after sewer trap, you have to put this at the end of final line. So which is directly connected to municipal sewer or your septic tank or soak pit or anything. But the end of that product. So additionally these diameters are more than 1110. The last diameter is 1110, not less than that. Okay, clear? So good question. So you ask me any question, no worries. Because otherwise what you are thinking that I will not come to know. Right? Okay, anyway. Now this is air admittance valve. Now first I will explain you, then I will read out. Now what is this air admittance valve and why it requires? Now what happens when if you feel or if somebody is staying in more than 5-story building and is staying in the ground floor or first floor flat, you are facing one problem. Many times you are having bad odor from your toilet. Though you are cleaning it very nicely, you are using the base of whatever sanitary bags or waste type of sanitary things, even though you will get bad odor. Why this is happening? There is a scientific reason. What happens? When there was a flush from the 5th floor, so the water will start going down. Now water will when go down, it will stick to the surface and going down. So what happens? It is creating a vacuum. When it reaches to the near ground floor, it creates vacuum. Now vacuum means it's a negative pressure. Now what it will do? That negative pressure will try to suck the water of nearest WC or nearest water seal. Are you knowing the water seal? There is a WC part, you are seeing the water, continuous water in there. That is called water seal. So when there is a vacuum nearby, it will try to suck that negative pressure, the nearby water seal. So it will suck that water seal. So what happens when it will suck that water seal? During that time, the bed odor is always in our gas line or pipeline, WC lines. So what happens? That bed odor will enter for some while, and again, as soon as that negative pressure has become neutral, that your water seal will come back. And but during that time, short time, that bad odor has already entered into your room, and you are facing that. Now, how to prevent this? Because you can't put separate lines, drainage lines for each floor. So it is only one drainage line, and one top floor will flush. Naturally, negative pressure will be there at the ground floor. So therefore, that to prevent that, this is the air admittance valve. Now, the purpose of air admittance valve is to provide a method of allowing air to enter the drawing system to drainage system to prevent siphonage of drainage fixture taps. Due to siphonage, it will attract that. So it is one-way valve designed to allow air to enter the drainage system when negative pressure develops in the piping system. Now I will be explaining by the schematic drawing. Now this is our fixture. Okay. So this is our fixture, normal fixture. And atmospheric pressure is there, and the water seal is perfect, intact in that. Now what happens in second drawing? There is a negative pressure. Now somebody has flushed, and due to that here some negative pressure has occurred. So what happens? It will try to suck this. When it will try to suck this, that water seal has got, water has got in the line, and the bad gases enter in this. So this is, otherwise it is not possible to control. So to prevent that, we have to use this air admittance valve. Now what is this air admittance valve? It is a simple, very fine looking valve, and in that the structure is like this. There is some sealing washer, some diaphragm. So as soon as there is a negative pressure occurs, the diaphragm will go up, and it will allow air to enter from this side. So that much air will enter according to the negative pressure, and it will neutralize the pressure. And as soon as it will neutralize the pressure, that again that diaphragm will come down, and it will seal this. So it is a one-way valve too. So it will only allow the fresh air from the air, but it will not allow your bad odor to go outside. So this is very useful for this kind of negative pressure. Now I would like to run one movie. You can see this. Now okay. Now placement. Where you can place this? Suppose this is a bedroom. This is a bedroom. You can just put near the bedroom too, right? Now how it will say? What we are doing in practice? You must have seen. And all the terrace, there are some pipes which is going up, and there are some jolly capping is there over there, right? And if you stand near there, you can't stand because H2S is very prominent gas there is coming all the time. So it is now you can save this by means of this. You can cut down your pipe up to your final toilet height for that final drainage line. About 3 feet just you can put this, your problem gets solved. So you need not to take your pipe over the parapet wall or over to terrace. So first, it will not deprive the look of your building also, because so many pipings and that caps is depriving the elevation and look of your building too. So here, if you put like this, and if suppose there is a window opposite to this also, by in looking also, this is looking very good, and it is again, it is one way, so it will never expel the bad odor from that. So you need not to worry about that there is a bad odor from it. Okay, it will always control the negative pressure. So you can put like this. Okay. From this. Now this is a one movie, schematic movie. You can see how it is doing that. So graphically he has explained. You can see, no? Yeah. You see, there are two things. One is Papa pressure, plus pressure is also there. But here we are not having too much high-rise buildings. So this also I will explain you. See, this is one bathroom and all accessories are there. How it is?
Line in.
Oh, voice નથી આવ્યો, volume નથી આવ્યો.
Bluetooth mode.
Volume નથી આવ્યો. See, these are the bathtub, WC, basins here. Okay, hello. Now you see, the water is going down. Okay, as this has gone down to drainage lines, the negative pressure has come, so it has sucked out that section, right? So it will show you the foul gases are coming. See, foul gases are coming into here. And there are mini air emptiers wall too. There are many maxi and mini. Two sizes are available. So here you can get this bad odor, as I told you. Now here also, when there is a negative pressure, it is going down. So some negative pressure has occurred. So it is sitting nearest toilet. When it is going, the negative vacuum has created over here. So it is sitting in the water stream. As soon as it will go down, the bad odor will come. You can see this bad odor. Now see drainage system here. So we are putting vent pipe generally to avoid this, but it is also not sufficient because the negative pressure is coming at the bottom, so it will not serve the purpose. So we are putting these kind of things, but again it is not sufficient, and you have to cost too many things. You have to invest so many rupees and accommodate one line from the top to bottom. It will require space also. So it will become, instead of that, you just put this mini extruder. They have explained that all costs will go down. Mini extruders are there. Now you see what is the action. You can install it like mini extruder in this. Below the basin also you can put like this. You can install. See, negative pressure has occurred. So immediately it will allow air to go inside. It will compensate it. So it will again, as soon as it is compensated, it will go up and seal the metal, seal the top. Now here what happens, there are gases in the line, but due to water seal, intact water seal, it will not come out to your habitable areas. So it's a maxi vent you can put at the top. As I told you, below the parapet wall also you can put, and you can avoid all these vent pipes. Now there is another problem they are showing now. There is a positive pressure, and due to positive pressure, there is a sudden rise in the water seal. Many times that water seal will jump from that your sink because of that positive pressure. When it is too high, more than 25 student building. So there also one equipment is there. So it will jump that, and along with that, again bad odor will come out in your habitable rooms. So that is called PAPA. Short term is positive air pressure attenuator. That is PAPA. Here it is not generally in practice because we are not having so high-rise building here. But for 5-story building, you must require that, we can say, elevator swap. Now you must be knowing that single stack system. Generally, if you are providing one line only with drainage. And you know there are two type of drainage. One is we are saying gray waste, and one is black waste. Gray waste is other than WC and urinals. We are telling it is a gray, and it is most important waste nowadays. Why? Because it is very easy to convert that, reuse that water into a usable waters. Black waste is having many organic matters, so it has got some difficult technology or technique to make it again usable. But for grey water or grey waste, it is very easy, we can convert into a usable water. And you know in Singapore, they are doing the drinking water out of this grey and black water. Because they are drinking, 50% of the requirement they are making, because they have to purchase this from Malaysia. So every time it is very costly for them. So they have developed filter and plant in such a way that they can use this water. So this is the thing which I explained. It's again we started. It's a Studer company from Germany. Please continue and continue. No. Continue my presentation. Now, benefits of aerated work. As I told you, maintain water seal and thus prevent entry of foul gases and pathogenic bacteria to habitability. Now, after COVID, this is really become important for us to know, everybody has to know, because all pathogenic bacteria are generally in black waste. So, black waste due to that, because it's organic waste. So, if somebody is having some sickness in your house or in nearby house, so it may come or may enter from the public sewer also to your household. So that's why this water seal is very important. It is the main protector for us. So when we are thinking of anything, we have to think first that how we can maintain our water seal in the drainage system. So this is the hero of the drainage system, we can say. If it is breaking, then there is a lot of problem in that. So that's why it is very important and it is preventing. During negative pressure, water seal is sucked and resulting foul gases enter. AAE prevents that. The vent pipe is not raised to the parapet level. It will reduce the cost also and the building look also. It will increase. And no maintenance. There is no electric connections, nothing to be oiling, nothing to be done. It is self-maintained. So once you fit and forget. So there is nothing to worry about it. So it is really a maintenance product. So this is all about this aerated slab. Now any question regarding this?
So what is the cost of one valve?
Yes, the very good question. Now here, there is one joke, do you know? There is one advertisement coming on the TV. One man is saying that one big ship is coming. He is saying very amazing. And sir, the spokesman is asking the company spokesman, sir, average kitna deti hai? So see, it is a good question. I am not denying that, but in marketing I am facing the same problem. So it is always, I am using two words. One is cost, we are saying, and second is value. So your money is value for that or not, that is very important. So what I am saying, when you are comparing the cost with anything, you compare it techno-economical, not only money-wise. Suppose diesel car and petrol car. Now diesel and petrol has same cost. In our time, the diesel is 15 rupees liter cheaper than the petrol. And diesel car owners, they are taking premium for that, and 1 lakh rupees extra if you go for the same model. The petrol car is having 10 lakhs and diesel car having 11 lakhs, and the diesel is 15 rupees liter cheaper. That's why they are taking the premium cost. But if you do the techno-economical comparison of both, what happens? If you go for 5 years or for example 1 lakh kilometer, and if you totally both the side, then the diesel car is costlier because it requires more maintenance. It has got noisy also. There is some diesel initial times I am talking. Now it is same. So, but even when you go for something and you are purchasing something at the time of cost, you are feeling that this is cheaper. But in the line of service of the product, it is costlier. It will become costlier. The same thing is here, right? So here it is costly. It is 4,500 rupees per number. Whereas that cowl, if you say cowl, it is just 100 rupees, right? But you are saving the cost of that pipes also. That if we calculate, so it will become 2,000 rupees costlier than that. You can say like this. But again, if your terrace is blocked by some corners are blocked of uses because due to that bad order. If you put this, your terrace is 100% become usable. So that is the benefit of that. That 100% area is becoming usable. And what other thing is the ground floor people, they are always taking this natural smell. They may become habituated of that. But again, what we can say that hygienical is not there because it is having pathogenic bacteria too. So that's why it is to be considered always that what is a technomic or economical consideration. Yes, any other? Yeah.
It is all because of the pressure that is being created.
Yes.
So why not use PRVs, pressure reducing valve?
Oh, good question. Pressure reducing valve, see, here there is air. Air, there is no pressure like that. It is negative pressure, air pressure is created. What you are saying, pressure reducing valve, it is used in plumbing. When there is enormous pressure, generally your fixtures and fittings can take 1.5 bar to 2 bar pressure, and your height is too much, or your water is coming with more than higher pressure than 2 bar. Then to control that, you are putting this in the plumbing line, whether it is a drainage line. So there is no control on that. How much pressure? If 4 flats at the top floor and a floor are flushing, then the pressure will be more. One is flushing only at that time, pressure will be less. So there is no such criteria. There is drainage line, my dear. It is not a plumbing. Then it is air. What is creating negative pressure is air pressure. It is not water. There is no water in that. That water is creating negative pressure of air. So it is sucking the nearby water stream. Okay. Yes. Any more? Okay. Then I will go further. Then there is very good product, very easy product, and it is called carbon filter. Now, suppose as you said that you don't want to expend money on that, then what can be done? Because you don't want bad odor too at the same time. So what can be done? So there is a solution. There is a carbon filter. So what it will do? When the gases are coming, there is a carbon cassette. Carbon cassette is there. So what it do? When that generally it is CH4, we can say methane and the hydrogen sulfide, primary H2S. Two gases are coming out from there. So that carbon, what it will do? It will filter out that bad odor gases, and it will odorless gas will come out by the filtration. So you can install this. It is also like cap, like that only. There is a carbon cassette in this. Okay, so you can put on the top of the pipe, drainage pipe, so that bad odor will not come out, as air will come out, but it will filter. It is being filtered by that cassette, so that you will not get any bad odor. Yes, but about pathogenic bacteria, we can't say anything because there is a carbon only. Carbon is not filtering many more pathogenic bacteria. But yes, it can be helpful. Now, where it can be helpful, I am saying, one is I told you at the top. For example, you don't want to put aerated valve, but aerated valve is that important is due to negative pressure, sucking of nearby water seal and is giving bad odor to the ground floor area. That is the main purpose. Here purpose is you are allowing the gas, but it is being filtered by this carbon filter, so you will not get any bad odor. So where it can be used? For example, you have got septic tank, okay, or soak pit, and nowadays the surrounding area is very small, so you have to put somewhere in the front or somewhere in the back, which can be used as a garden or as a public area or the children playing area. You may plan accordingly because these all structures are underground, so you can plan about these all usable areas. So where this bad odor will come out, so there on the top of this PVC line you can put this filter. So by this you cannot getting that bad odor in the surrounding area. Are you getting my point? But yes, there is a life of this carbon filter. So as the use or as the volume of that air, you have to replace this carbon filter periodically, right? Suppose after 2 years, after 1 year, after 3 years, depending upon the quantum of your gases coming out from the drainage, you have to change. Now, one more important thing. If you have heard about this intercepting trap or sewer trap, it is the most important trap in household drainage. Generally in field, we are calling sewer trap. Actually, it is sewer, sewer, sewer trap. But in colloquial language, they are always tell sewer trap. So it is, you have to also practice like this. When I was first on the site, that carpenter has come to me and he was asking me, Sahib, Ramana no aap શું છે આમાં? What is Ramana? I have never studied in 4 years. What is Ramana? Sir, landing is calling Ramana in local language. So you have to know this local language too. Otherwise, so they are calling sewer trap, but it is not sewer. It is sewer trap. And the name is intercepting trap. It is very important. Just I will explain you. In other traps, what happens? There is only a top grating over it. But in this particular sewer trap, there is one arm which is called to remove the gas from the line. Now it is being installed at the end of the sewer line. So as I told you that NRV we are at the last, and then if you are not putting NRV in the line, we have to put this intercepting trap or the sewer trap, right? Now this trap, and which is connecting your household drainage to the public sewer. Now what is the importance of this? Suppose your bungalow is very good and nearby there is one gynec hospital. So naturally what happens? Or some cancer hospital. So what happens? They will also discharge that drainage in the same drainage line. Your drainage is also coming, connecting to the same drainage line. Now what happens? In that drainage line particularly, bad odor, gases and pathogenic bacteria, they all will come to your household. And by some reason, if your gully trap is not having proper seal, or your WC or your traps are not having enough water seal, so that bad odor along with that bacteria will enter into your house. So that's why there is a sewer trap we are putting at the end, which is having one arm, which is directly short circuiting that gases will go to the air. It will not enter in your household from the drainage line. Now this is the criteria. Now interesting thing is very important. What happens? That's why I'm saying that architects and engineers, they are not doing any importance, giving importance to plumbing. Now sir, what happens? Generally, where is the municipal sewer line? On the main road. Naturally, where is your entrance? The main road. Naturally, where your line will go, either from the parking or from the garden or from the entrance. Naturally, because your all line will come out and you are connecting to the main sewer line on the road, municipal sewer. Now there is a problem. Sir, how will you take that vent? It will look odd, it will look bad. It is true, because it is on the main road. So how you can do? So what they are doing? They are putting sewer trap, right? But they are sealing that and they are closing that chamber directly. So what is the fun of putting that sewer trap now? If you are not taking that arm outside, there is no meaning of putting that sewer trap, right? If I put a photo of dining, thali, I put over here and I will say you eat. How will you eat? No, you can't eat this. So there is a problem. So here this carbon filter is most important. You can take out that pipe, you can arrange this chamber in such a way that you can take out one pipe and you put this carbon filter cassette over it. So it will look nice also. It will look like garden light, okay, which never be lighted, but even though it will look like a light, and your purpose will get served, that your home will be safe from the bad odor and the bacteria. So this is the most important thing and very easy thing to put. The place, instead of counts, as I told you, septic tank, soak pit, outside of sewer trap, and the vent pipe of this, what we can say, or intercepting trap. Trap, you all are knowing. Trap means what? When we are trapping someone, I am giving to, offering bribe to someone, and then I will make that he will be caught by taking bribe. It is called trap. I have trapped him. The same way, we are trapping here is bad odor by the water. That's why it is called trap. Okay. Now, any question regarding this? No question. Yes, it is very simple. You have to take, open the tap top. There is a threaded top is there. You can just. That's why I told you. See, if what is your, how many connections you are connecting? What is the volume of air coming out? As soon as gets starting bad odor, you replace it. There is the base to it. Yeah, cost. It is not too much costly. It is just 600 rupees that cassette will come. And it will almost last for 2 years. In my experience, it is lasting for 2 years. So nothing to be worried about. But it is really wonderful thing. Small thing, but useful thing. Now FRP products. It is fiber reinforced plastic. Now it has got very good value. What we can say, there is no rusting, right? No more expansion and contraction, because every material has got expansion and contraction. This material has very less expansion and contraction. And third important point is, yes, you can put any color in that while manufacturing itself, so it need not to paint it again. So once you have selected blue, so it will remain blue for lifetime. So it is UV stable too. So there are no issue of that fading of color. So need not to repaint it. So it is maintenance-less, as good as we can say. And one more thing, the most important thing, that it has got no resale value. You know what is my friend is here from the data department, because they are using cast iron manhole covers initially. So what happens, it has got a very good scrap value, right? So in our sites what happens, because used to open is very difficult job, because due to expansion contraction, it is tightened like a stone. So whole day, 3 labor of SMC will do the jugglery, and they will clean that, and they will make it open by hook or crook, and next day it will be stolen. The thief is keeping eye on this, who is doing this hard work, and the next day, on that night only, it will be stolen away. So that was a great problem, and it is creating accident many times. So that's why this is the best solution for this. One more manhole covers we are using, that is RCC generally. RCC is what now, you must be knowing that there are load classes. What load is it has to be bad. For example, only pedestal load, 2-wheeler, 4-wheeler, and what is the heaviest vehicle on the road? Truck. Of course, truck are there in tons, cement trucks or something. But what is a dangerous substance on the road which is we have to be taken care for all the way?
Military.
No. It is water tanker. The tanker we are saying. It is the most dangerous vehicle. Why I will explain. You know what is the 1 liter weight of water? 1 kg. So if there is a 5,000 liter tanker, have you seen? It will look very tiny, very small, but it is carrying 5,000 liter. So how much load it is carrying? 5 ton. Now 25,000 liter tanker. So directly dead load is 25 ton. Okay, 4 wheels are there, and it is the most dangerous. The truck, if you see of same size, it can bear only about 12 ton or 15 ton load, whereas the tanker has got 25 ton loads. And what is the other dangerous part of this? The overtopping. It is the most dangerous part. So they are always running full. If you call a corporation tanker at your home, your household tank capacity is 2,000 liter, and you are calling 5,000 liter. So we will pour your tank with 2,000 liter. Now 3,000 liter in the tanker, he will not go back. He will empty the tanker on the road. He will say that he is a foolish man. Why is wasting this water? But if we carry, that water will do the problem, and it will definitely overtopple. Why tankers are generally overtopple on the highways? You will see, because they have done some mischief in that. They have taken out some material, and they just forget that you have to run this pool, and that's why it is all the problem. Even in Surat, in the earthquake, there was one failure of one building, and this also many times during this earthquake, the water is shaking in the tank, and it is half. It is creating very high momentum, and due to that, it may get failed. So that is the problem. So that's why here also you have to take care for these tankers. Now RCC. Now coming back to the load. When you make in RCC, the dead weight is too high. As I am making for 40 tons capacity load, the dead weight is too high. So I have presented in Gujarat gas company. So they have got one problem. They are having their gas chambers, and their gas chambers and valves, it is in remote areas, and that big valves chambers are there. Now it has got very thick layer of that concrete blocks on that chamber. Now they have to visit and regulate that. For example, every 15 days they have to monitor this and regulate these gas valves. So for that, one technician and 6 laborers are going. For what? To handle that manhole cover, 6 laborers were there, only one technician to maintain that valve. So the costing is too high. So when I introduced this there, they are very happy. They said you have solved our problem, because though it is having load capacity is high, but the dead weight or self weight is very low. So even one man can handle easily that 40-ton capacity manhole cover. And they are very happy and they have started purchasing from us. And now you can see on the road also, there is a yellow lining showing. Yellow line is for generally gas, blue is for cold water, red is for hot water, same way yellow is for gas. So you can see on the manhole cover, there are yellow linings on the manhole chamber covers. There is nothing but gas chambers or gas wash chambers. So these are such many products are there. As I told you, manhole covers. Second is FRP molded or pultruded grating or the checker plate. Third is gully grating. Then FRP recessed cover and then underground tank watertight cover. We will see this one by one. Okay, so these are the manhole covers or FRP. You can see first photograph is. This is the checker plate, one grating with checker plate too. These gratings are also very useful. Whereas suppose swimming pool is there and there is one, that water channels surround the swimming pools. So there you have to put some channels over it because people are walking through that. So that overflowing water will go into the channel through these gratings. It will be collected and again treated and again leaving to the swimming pools. So there also you can put this. It has got very very different uses are also there. There was an inquiry from me from that SR, and it is showing the top is with sand grading also is coming. So it is anti-skid, we can say like this. So there is a school and there is a water tank. So the child are always going for the watering there, and due to this wet surface, it is becoming slippery always. So they have ordered this, and it is yellow color. So from far end you can see this, and there is on the top there is a sand blasting over it. So it has become resistance, so it will not become slippery, and it is very and to the water which is falling on it, excess water, it is collected with channel beneath that, and it is again drained to the drainage. So that is where we have put this also there. So it has got many uses as you can use this. And this gully grading is to catch the rainwater. Generally we are catching the rainwater. So this gully grading without frame is for the rainwater. Now this is recessed manhole covers. If you have seen at many places, these are very important things because many times you have to match your flooring with the manhole. If your manhole is coming in the front of your bungalow or in the garden or in the office or in the near table, and you can't avoid that line due to your planning. So what can be done? So yes, you can do like this. You can put your all flooring, same flooring into that recessed cover. You can cover this. So see, you can see here, the different type of two flooring are crossing to the manhole covers. But we have matched it. So immediately, nobody can going to know, yes, there is a manhole. And it is very easy to open up also. So this is recessed cover. I am showing other photographs too. See, in grass also, you can put soil and you can grow grass also inside there. So you will not find that there is a manhole cover in the garden. So these are also, see here, in next photograph, it is very hard to, only boundary can be seen. So very difficult to find out if there is a manhole. So these kind of solutions we can give. Okay. But don't avoid manholes. हिंदुस्तान में बढ़िया चीज क्या है, ये नहीं है तो उठा दो उसको, चलाओ उसके बिना. Don't do that. Manhole is required means required. If there is a change in gradient, if there is a change in size, if there is a change in line, if there is a change in the topography or RL level, you have to have manhole. So you can't avoid this. But if the situation is like this, yes, you can have solutions. You can put like this. Now, one of these products is FRP, airtight and watertight manhole cover. Now what happens? See, our ground, generally we are having structures that we are having one groundwater, underground water tank, and one is overhead water tank. Agreed? Generally we all are having it home or the apartments. So what we are doing, at ground floor water tank, we are collecting water from the municipal source, right? And we are pumping it to the overhead tank. Now what happens? That manhole cover of that tank, underground tank, is not watertight or airtight. So what happens? Every day you are washing cars in the parking or the ground floor, or you are washing your area of that particular water tank. So what happens? All dirty water, all dirt will go into your water. In your home you are putting very good RO or the water filtration plant, नहीं ना हेमा मालिनी वो एडवर्टाइज करती है तो वही चाहिए, दूसरा नहीं, महंगा है तो महंगा, लेकिन वो हेमा मालिनी वाला ही चाहिए. लेकिन वी आर नॉट टेकिंग केयर कि फ्रॉम सोर्स इटसेल्फ वी आर allowing to contaminate that source. So that's why it is very important that your groundwater tank cover should be airtight and watertight. So there is no chance, because even there is a flooding also. Many times it is flooding also. But that time also your water should not penetrate into your storage. So this cover will do that. I can show you the photograph. You can see here there are multiple groove and tongue. So there are 3 groove and tongues. Rubber ring is there. So as soon as you put your cover over there, it will get sealed down. So the water will not travel like this, or the anything which will not travel like this. Dust will not travel like this. So it will seal, totally seal your underground water tank, and it is preventing the contamination of your water. It's a very simple solution, but very useful. Now next, it is a grease separator. Generally, what we are doing, there is one joke. One pen go to a doctor. He told me, sir, I have got a cold. Doctor said there is one proverb. Okay, if you take medicine, it will be cured in a week. Otherwise, it will be cured automatically in 7 days. So there is no meaning of taking drug. No, sir, but I am not going to do that. Please treat me. And okay, do one thing. Go home, take 2-3 ice creams, how much as you can, and then take a cold water shower bath, and then keep full AC and full fan and sit over there, and you will feel shivering, but don't worry, you go on, and if you feel like more, take 1 ice cream, you can take 1 more ice cream. Then what happened? And he said, yes, you will get pneumonia. Yes, then I got treatment for that. So then you come to me, I will treat you. So we are we are not stopping from the cold, we are allowing reaching up to pneumonia, and then we will treat. So here also the same thing we are doing, right? If I have a chance or I have a power, I will make compulsory that each and every kitchen, or public kitchen rather, they must have this grease separator, because here people are saving. बचाना बहुत जरूरी है, कुछ भी कैसे भी कर, अल्टीमेटली व्हाट इट कॉस्ट वी डोंट नो, और हमको थोड़ी देखना है, आने वाला देखेगा, लेकिन इट विल कम टू अस ओनली. इट इज अ साइकिल. It is so definitely one day you will also trap in that cycle. But we are doing this. So what is the problem? The commercial kitchens generating wastewater must have treatment plants to ensure fat, oil, and grease. In short, we will take 4, and this is very dangerous and very sticky material. So when you allow this material from the kitchen waste directly to the drainage, what happens? It will block the drainage. It will create very nasty, what we can say, nasty bad odor, and it is non-hygienic too. Ukada, you can understand. That is due to the over fermentation of that food. Here the same thing will happen, because it will block your line, and when you block it line, again I am saying, see, mind well one more thing, friends. Drainage line is not on pressure. It is always designed by gravity only, right? Your other lines, plumbing lines, water supply lines, they may have got pressure pipe, pressurized system, but these lines are not made or manufactured or designed for any pressurized system. So what happens? आप ज़्यादा जोर करोगे तो ज़्यादा नुकसान ही करोगे उसका. For example, अरे water jet मार दूंगा निकल जाएगा, ठीक है ना? You may use water jet, you may flush out also, but what happens? Your joints, your pipe material will not withstand that much pressure because it is not manufactured that. दूसरा सिंपल तरीका क्या है? डंडा मारने का, लंबा सलिया ले आओ, लगाते हैं उसको. What happens ultimately? You are punctured the pipe, you are weakening the joints. So what happens? Again it will leak, it will start penetrating into the ground. So this does not solve the problem. It will multiply the problem rather. So better planning is do right at first time, right? So what is to be done? You have to put compulsory this grease separator. So what happens? It will separate the grease or rather this fog, and your waste material will go into drainage. And again, you have to clean this according to their design. I will show you that. The principle, it is the thing, simple. What we are doing, we are allowing time. The tank has got capacity. You have to decide what is your discharge, right? According to your discharge, we have to decide the capacity of this grease separator. And what you have to do, you have to plan that for this much time, you will keep your waste in this drainage. So the grease and grease layer will come up, the water will come down, sludge, heavy sludge will settle down, and the water is only drainage water is going from outside, and it will discharging it to a drainage line. Simple funda. Now you can see here, it is very simple. Even below basin, you can put this very easily. And I have supplied in the Surat, our treasurer Mr. Vijay Bhatt's site, that we have supplied at one kitchen. And it is very easy to install also. And there is a cleaning point. You have to, when you are purchasing, we can guide you that yes, it has got this much capacity. So interval every 15 days or a month, you have to clean this sludge. So it is again working. So there is no issue for doing any other maintenance. You see the sludge like this fog, nothing but fog. So this is very simple, we'll see all of this. Now how does grease arrestor work? The grease trap designed to hold, as I told you, wastewater for a period of time to allow oil and grease to separate from the liquid and rise to the top of the grease trap. Clean wastewater underneath the fat layer flows the seam. Size, as I told you, if 2-inch pipe is there and 2 minute is drainage period, then 10 gallon per liter capacity of this is to be enough. And you have to see and ensure that not 2.5 times, means 25 liter waste should not be going there. Otherwise, that holding period will get reduced. So you have to see only that, and you come to us, we can guide you on the matter. So this is a grease separator. Now any question? Okay, yes.
I have a question in the FRP section.
Okay.
So you have told that we can use the grating plates and checker plates for the heavy loads. So can we use for the storage houses and warehouses? So we can reduce the load for the floatings.
No, yes, you can use, but there is a, you can see the 1.2 meter by 4 meter span is there. Okay. And it has got UDL capacity, all sizes. There are 38 by 38 by 38, 50 by 50 by 50 like sizes are there. So we have a ready-made table for that. You can refer that table, and yes, you can use easily. For example, transformer covering also you can use like this. In garden also you can use like this. Yes. Yeah. No, there is no grease in the bathroom particularly because it is meant for designed for the sticky material, which has density more dense material. It has been designed. So
We have Indian culture, right? So we see things also we wash or we use it in the bathroom.
no, see what we are doing in bathroom, particularly outside, we are putting that window on the drainage lines. You know, the door T or door elbows or something like that. You can take out from there. So it is not required. You can't use there. Okay. From this side, no questions means 2 meaning. If you understood everything or nothing. So what should I understood now? Everything? So I will ask you a question then. Okay. Anyway, being a teacher, ये आदत पड़ गई है थोड़ी. बाकी स्टूडेंट में मैं भी बहुत खराब था. बराबर है? I would say, though I am a civil engineer and I was a very successful contractor. Yeah? तभी आप पैसा है मेरे पास इसीलिए. So I am saying I am successful contractor in that way. So one day, our topper and me was discussing on something. So I told you, don't challenge me. I have got ATKT in this estimate, so I have read twice that subject. You have only cleared in once, so please don't argue. So I got a seniority at least. Okay. So I am also there a senior. Don't worry. Yes.
So how long does this grease separator work? Life with this? Because you continuously.
Yeah, see, there is no process, only holding process is there. So
one time.
yeah, once time install, and you have to clean every time.
But this cleaning process, how is it done? Like you just remove.
Yes, just remove, just clean that. Nothing to be done. No chemical, nothing to be done. Only the sections is designed like that heavy material will settle down, oil will go up, and in between the drain material will go in the drainage. So you have to clean every time. That's all. It's FRP plastics and AVP plastics, so very good life of that. So they don't have to worry about it. Clearly. Okay. The Eco company is very famous, German company. ACO ECO. You go on the website. It has got fantastic products like this. Yes. No, that is the point. It will not create any abrasives or bad odor also. But provided I told you, there is a provision. What happens? एक रिक्शा में 3 आदमी डिजाइन किया है, हम 10 बिठा देंगे तो क्या होगा? It is designed for 2 each outlet, 1 you have to put. मतलब 10, what I say, 2 each pipe and 2-minute drainage. Every basin has 2-minute drainage. Now if there are 4 basins and every basin has 2-minute drainage, मानो बहुत बड़ा किचन है, 100 आदमी का रेस्टोरेंट है, वहाँ 4 बेसिन है, तो हर बेसिन में से आउटलेट निकलेगा, तो हर बेसिन के नीचे आपको रखना पड़ेगा. फिर आप 10 गैलन रख के तो उसमें ज़्यादा आउटपुट दोगे तो फंक्शन नहीं करेगा. सेप्टिक टैंक जैसा है. सेप्टिक टैंक also we have to design according to the persons. Do you know? When we are designing septic tank, we have to see how many persons are going to use this, and then what is the holding period, and there is also cleaning period also in that designing. If you say that no sir, once in a year only we will design, then you have to make big septic tank. If you say no sir, every 6 months we have designed to clean this, okay good. So it has got less dimensions. So it is also important. Okay.
What is the normal general size for this tank?
It is for this beneath the basin. It is generally 3 feet by 2 feet, and height is almost 1.5 feet. Just this. Very easily you can carry on the bike. Very easy and very lightweight. I can send you the photographs and the dimensions. I can share you some the technical detail.
So जो clean करेंगे, where will that be?
The drainage, the normal drainage. और वो जो है नहीं, वो solid waste में करना है. It's a good question. नहीं तो वापस उसमें ही डालना तो अरे भाई तो फिर कोई मतलब ही नहीं रहा. वो क्या है, आपका एक जोक ऐसा है कि वो हेल्दी आदमी डॉक्टर के पास गया, डाइटिशियन के पास, बोलो क्या खाना है, तो बोले देखो सुबह केला खाना है, दोपहर को खाली 1 गिलास दूध पीना है, और रात को खाली एक इतना कोई भी वो क्या बोलते हैं जो स्प्राउटेड है वो खाना है. तो वो सिंसियरली पूछते खाने के पहले खाना कि खाने के बाद खाना. ऐसे डाइटिशियन बोले ठीक है वो इतना तो खाता हूँ तो इतना भी खा लूंगा, खाने के पहले खाने का या खाने के बाद खाने का. So it is not like that. Okay, anyways, yes, good question. Really, this is good. See, when you are taking the solid waste, no, you have to dispose it as a solid waste. So जो solid waste collection से वाले अपने आते हैं उसमें डाल देगा है, और वो solid waste में जाएगा तो वो ट्रीट अलग से होगा ना. It is not going in the drainage line, right? Okay. One more. I hope you are not boring. हाँ थोड़ा टाइम ले लो. एक बात छोटा सा जो बोला निश्चय, जैसे रेन वाटर का अपना पानी आता है, right? Where we are discharging? We have to discharge on the road or in the drainage line. Storm water में करना चाहिए. तो घर के पास storm water नहीं होता है, मतलब घर कोई इसका कनेक्शन नहीं होता है. Storm water is open generally. So where your top rooftop outlet, where you have to live on the road. For example, if you want to leave it into storm water, then you have to live in the road. So what happens? Generally, what we are doing? We are living into the drainage line, connecting. Most of the places we are connected to the drainage line. उससे क्या होता है? First, we are loading on the design of the drainage line. It was not designed for that. Secondly, we are loading on the treatment plant. It was not designed for that much of water or incoming flow. So we are meshing the situations, meshing things. So that's why it is very important. Okay. Yes.
I have another question, but it's about the air and water as well. So the unit that you're setting, is it set on the siphonage line of the 2-stack, or was it meant to set for the single stack?
No, though is the single. Generally, what we are doing double pipe systems.
Yes.
One pipe is ventilation. So you have to put on the ventilating pipe, but at the end you have to make one pipe only. So there are 2 lines. You have to merge and you have to make one pipe only, and on that top you can put this.
So ultimately, you will still have the siphonage.
Yes, definitely, because it is all interconnected. No? So definitely, when there is a negative pressure, the sensitivity is there, so that diaphragm will work. So grease separator. Now this last point, inline fan artificial ventilation. Just it is very simple. Nowadays, what happens? We are having bathrooms and toilets in between the rooms. For example, this room is there. Now I am planning this. Now my toilet is exactly coming. Where is the camera? Otherwise, all planning are excellent, but toilet is coming here only. Now I have to get ventilated because it is required. If I don't give ventilation, then it is creating havoc or the problem, because it will produce gas, it will produce problem, bad odor also. So what happens? What to do? So that's why these inline fan are important. So what we are doing, it is artificial ventilation. So we can do like this. I can show you first. See, this is a photograph. You can do like this. You can take one pipes. There is a motor inside that. It will continuously. It is connected with your light only. So as soon as you enter in the bathroom, you switch on your light. Fan will start working ventilation. As soon as you use it, close this light, so it is off. So it is directly ventilating like this. If you not do like this, then what happens? That mildew and mold are there in the bathrooms because it is all having this moisture in the air, and that moisture not get run away because there is no ventilation. So it's another problem, and it will damage your plaster, your fittings, your fixtures, and it is even unhygienic too. In your breathing, it will go. It is unhygienic too. So that's why it is this artificial ventilation is also much more important. So I think that's all. I have taken enough time, more than my time. Thank you. In our time in electrical, there was a question. हम जाते थे फर्स्ट ईयर में तो बोलते थे तो बोले सर ये पंखा नहीं चल रहा है. What will you say? So as you open the fan or the circuit, you better come next time. Why? You have to check first the electricity is there or not directly open the fan, right? So that is called practical knowledge. So you have to check it. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. Yeah.
First and second products, there the lifetime कितने साल तक चलेगा वो प्रोडक्ट और ये मटेरियल भी.
So first product is NRV, ABS प्लास्टिक होता है. So जैसे ड्रेनेज का हम 20 साल का लाइफ देखते हैं तो it will last for 20 years. Don't need to worry about it. Okay. And second is air witness valve. It has got 10 to 15 years generally. Yeah. So as soon as you get smile, you have to understand that now diaphragm is over, life is over diaphragm. So you have to replace it. So it will 12 years generally. I have replaced at one place after 12 years. Okay. Yeah.
Is there any question? सर इनलाइन टैप में कोई डिस्टेंस चाहिए कि इतना दूर तक वो सब कर सकता है?
वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. एक्चुअली मेरे को जरा शर्म आई कि मैं बहुत ज़्यादा ले लिया, इसलिए मैंने भगा दिया. मैंने उसमें एक चीज़ रखा है, उसका वॉल्यूम होता है रूम का. जैसे 10 बाई 7 का बाथरूम है तुम्हारा तो 70 है. एक मिनट सर गुड क्वेश्चन सर. डिज़ाइन वेरी सिंपल डिज़ाइन क्राइटेरिया, बट मुझे लगा मैंने बहुत टाइम लिया, फिर पार्टिसिपेट कर दिया तो इसलिए मैंने थोड़ा. हाँ ये देखो मैंने दिया. देखो बाथरूम साइज लेस देन 50 CF है, क्यूबिक फीट पर मिनट. टिपिकल मेजरिंग क्यूबिक फीट पर मिनट, राइट. सो अगर 50 उसका कैपेसिटी आता है फैन का, तो अगर 50 स्क्वायर फीट से कम है तो 50 CFM का आपको लेना पड़ेगा फैन. ठीक है. अगर 50 से 100 स्क्वायर फीट का बाथरूम है तो 1 CFM का लेना पड़ेगा. और नीचे मैंने देखा मोर देन 100, देन देयर इज अ as per fixtures CFM is given, right? For toilet 50, shower 50, bathtub 50, bathtub 100 CFM. So according to you have to select the size of fan, so which will release that much air in that bathroom area, right, sir? So due to that I have this escape thing. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you. It's very wonderful lecture. So what is the conclusion is that there is engineering in all the things. Okay, earlier we say that civil engineering was unorganized sectors. Why it was unorganized sector? Because we were not applying the principles of the engineering and the technology. Now still most of the sectors here in the part of the society, what we believe the plumbing, sanitation, वो बोले हमारा engineering का काम है. But here you can see we are applying there is a science, there is a engineering is there. Okay, so you have to think, and so it doesn't mean कि आपने जैसे वैसे कुछ लगा दिया. So you should suggest your customer clients to use these new products. So you have to check its design, its feasibility, then you can recommend them. Okay. So anyway, thank you. And before the next lecture, let us we have 5 minutes today.